Alright, so hey guys, I'm NiceMark, and what I have for you today is an animator in Minecraft. So here we have a 2D animator and a 3D animator, so it's actually 2 in 1. And now let's take a quick look to see how it all works. So here, this is basically the start, and here we have a lever and a button. So let's go to the button first. So animating tools, and what you get is a menu, and you also get some text here and also the video. So yeah, that's pretty simple. And now let's open up the menu. So here, as you can see, it says 3D animation, and we have the options play, pause, stop, next frame, previous frame, clear, overwrite, and record. Okay, that's cool. And here, 2D animation, 3D animation. So you can only animate in one at a time. So here you go. So now the 2D animation is active and 3D animation is not active. Well, you can still use this, but the menu is now going to give you the 2D animation. Alright, so let's start with the 2D animation. So let's open up our menu and see what we have. So we have play, pause, stop, next frame, previous frame, clear, overwrite, and record. Alright, so let's start off with play. So you press it, the animation starts playing. You can pause the animation by pressing the pause button. Here you go, it paused. And also you can go to the next frame manually and also to the previous frame. Pay attention to this. So frame number 12, 13, 14, 15. There are actually 72 frames in this animation, and it's a pretty long one. Next up, clear. It is going to clear the frame and you're going to get a blank frame. I actually don't want to press that because it is going to ruin my animation, and that's not something that I would like to do. Alright, and record. Record is going to record the current frame that is here, and it's going to go to the next frame. And overwrite is going to record to the current frame and it's not going to go anywhere. So they're pretty much the same thing, but overwrite is meant for editing later on after you record your animation and you want to add a few touches to it, I guess. And record is when you're recording, like when you just start making the animation. And now let's take a look behind the scenes. And this is it. So I guess each stripe here, I guess you could call it that, is one frame. So we have 72 of those stripes, and yeah, this is the animation. And this is the timeline, and yes, I use squids for this. And let's take a look at what happens when we press the play button. The squid starts getting teleported. So one block at a time, and also here's the animation. So blocks are being cloned relative to the squid to here, our screen. And after the squid reaches the end, the animation is going to stop. So let's go to the end. So success, finish playing, and here we have the squid right at the end. And if we press stop, the squid gets teleported to frame number 1. Yeah, so to the start. The command box are here. Did you expect this many command box? Probably not, and neither did I. I actually thought there would be a lot more command box, but it turns out that it can be made pretty simple. And yeah, when I say simple, I actually mean complicated, so yeah. Okay, so now for the 3D animation, let's switch over. And now if you use our menu, we get the menu for the 3D animation. Okay, you can actually still use the 2D animation menu, but you probably don't want to do that because it can get confusing. So here it is pretty much the same thing with the squids and the timeline. And let's see, do we have the squid at the end there? So there are a few issues with this, but I'll get to them later. So yes, the squid is there, so let's teleport the squid to the start. Okay, frame number 1. Let's play it. So as you can see, it is a little bit slower than the 2D animation, but it also works. And here we are actually teleporting the player instead of cloning the frames. And that is because here it's a 16 by 16 by 16 area in which you animate, but it also clones of this, so the screen itself. So in total I would estimate it to be around 7,000 blocks or so, maybe 6,000, and yeah, that's a lot of blocks. And if you clone them all at the same time, the frame is probably not going to load fully, so we don't want that. And by the way, using teleportation is also easier and smoother because you can't even notice that you're being teleported. Okay, so again, you can pretty much do the same commands as with the 2D animation. So next frame, we get teleported to the next frame, previous frame, get teleported to the previous frame, clear, clears the frame, override, does the same thing as I said, record also, and yeah, play, pause, stop, that's pretty obvious. Okay, so now I think I got everything, and let's talk about the issues now. Okay, so the very first problem is chunk loading. So at the time there's a specific area loaded around you. I think it's 100 by 100 blocks, something around that. I think it's 121 maybe by 121. But anyways, yeah, something around 100 blocks are loaded around you in a radius of 100. So this means you can only have around 10 frames for the 3D animation, and for the 2D animation I think around 120, something around that. And that is because after you reach a specific point, the squid is going to go into unloaded chunks and you're going to lose access to it. And yeah, so that's basically the problem, and nothing is going to be happening. Well, it's still going to count the frames, but nothing is going to be happening, and that's a problem. And I hope to fix that, but maybe in another version. But because first of all, I want you guys to let me know what you think about it. And yeah, so I guess the video is getting a little bit long now. And yeah, so if you like the video, please leave a like and also leave a comment with your suggestions and improvements that I can make. And the Word download is going to be in the description, so you guys can download it and check it out for yourself. I hope you guys can create something with this, and if you do, please let me know in the comments, or using Twitter, or using Google+, or well, using anything. And yes, so that's that, and this is basically it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all later. Bye bye.